Have you ever stopped to think about who writes the history books? Let me tell you, the victors. And for thousands of years, the victors were men. So what happened to everyone else? What about the queens who were smarter than kings, braver than generals, but whose stories were downplayed, twisted, or worse, completely erased, simply because they were women? Today, we break that silence. We are going to pull the names of 5 incredible queens from the dusty pages of history where they were left to be forgotten. Their story isn't just about the past, it's about our present. Get ready, because history has been lying to you. Our first stop is the heart of a rebellion that not even sand and time could bury: ancient Egypt. When you hear the word pharaoh, you picture the faces of men, don't you? But history whispers of a woman who shattered that mold. Her name was Hatshepsut. She wasn't just a queen. She declared herself pharaoh, wore men's clothing, and even donned a ceremonial false beard. Her reign brought peace and prosperity to Egypt, and she commissioned magnificent temples. Her reward? After her death, her stepson and successor tried to erase her from every monument in Egypt. They wanted to delete her from history, but they failed, because the truth is as stubborn as stone. Now let's travel north to a land where the Roman Empire trembled. In Britain, a red-haired storm of vengeance was ignited by Roman arrogance: Boudica. After her husband's death, Boudica, the Celtic queen, was humiliated, her lands confiscated, and her daughters assaulted by the Romans. But she did not bow. She united the tribes and led one of the bloodiest uprisings in history against Rome. She razed 3 major Roman cities to the ground, slaughtering tens of thousands. She may have lost in the end, but her rebellion shook the foundations of Roman power in Britain forever. Boudica became the immortal symbol of resistance against tyranny. Let's turn our compass to the east, to the Dragon Throne. In China's thousands of years of history, only one woman ever sat on the throne and took the title of emperor. She was Zetian. From a mere concubine, she climbed to the absolute pinnacle of power through her intelligence, cunning, and ruthlessness. She eliminated her rivals, even exiling her own sons. Male historians wrote of her as a cruel tyrant, but they often failed to mention that she established a merit-based government, promoted talented officials regardless of their birth, supported Buddhism, and brought stability to China. Perhaps history, unable to define such a complex and powerful woman, simply chose the easiest label: demon. Let's journey to Africa, to a land that faced the brutal reality of colonialism. In 17th century Angola, there was a diplomatic genius and a military strategist who defied the Portuguese invaders for 40 years: Queen Nzinga Mbande. The Portuguese underestimated her at first. When they refused to offer her a chair during negotiations, she famously sat on the back of one of her servants, reminding them exactly who they were dealing with. She escaped captivity, forged her own kingdom, and outmaneuvered the Europeans on both the battlefield and at the negotiating table. Nzinga is the very definition of a leader who fought for her people's freedom and never bowed to oppression. And finally, another queen who brought Rome to its knees: the mastermind of the Palmyrene Empire in Syria, Zenobia. After her husband's death, she took control and set her sights on Rome's wealthiest province, Egypt. She defeated the Romans, conquered Egypt, and in a short time built a massive empire stretching from modern-day Turkey to Egypt. The Roman Emperor Aurelian himself had to lead the campaign to stop her. She may have been captured, but her courage and vision were enough to strike fear into the very heart of Rome. These 5 women, they weren't just queens, they were revolutionaries who rejected the rules written by men and wrote their own histories in blood and brilliance. Their stories are the ultimate proof that power, courage, and leadership have no gender. Why is it so important to know these stories? Because a past that is forgotten is a future that is stolen. Every time we speak the names of these women, we teach the victors of history a lesson. You cannot hide the truth forever. If you believe these hidden stories need to be brought into the light, subscribe to my channel and share this video with a friend so that these names are never forgotten again. And now I ask you, what other powerful women do you know that history has tried to make us forget? Write their names in the comments, and let's bring their stories back to life together.